What is up, everyone, and welcome back to A-Spec. So we're going to get right into this one. Give me just a moment to get the game loaded up and ready to rock. Hope everyone's been doing well. I know it's been almost like 2 weeks since the last time I did an A-Spec stream, so I apologize that, we have been lagging behind on this one. Okay, let's see if this was the right place we stopped at. I started the save state. That's why I haven't changed over just yet. I want to verify that we are where we left off before I pull the game back up. I believe we are. I believe this is correct. All right. Oh, wrong one. That was me. It'll eventually... There it is. All right, now we're ready. So last time out, we did a lot of races with the Caterham 7, and pretty much just solo ran the game with it for a good bit. But I do want to try out some other stuff. Obviously, now that we have the Chaparral and we have the Copperhead LM, those are going to be two cars that are going to be absolutely crucial to this game. I'm going to switch over to the Chaparral first, because this car is pretty mental in its own right. Being a more powerful race car than the Caterham. I think, what's the weight on this? It's 900 pounds. I mean, it's obviously, the Caterham beats it power to weight, but I also feel like this has more aerodynamics than the, whatchamacallit, the Caterham. Another thing I think I need to handle is the super license, I believe. Might be doing that this stream as well. Kind of wanted to see what we have available to us. Endurance. I think, do we need the super stuff? The super license for these? Doesn't look like it. Yeah, we don't. So I'm going to pull up, because there's a specific car that I want from the F1 cars in this game. So pardon me for a moment while I pull those up. You might hear some noise from the browser I use. Let's see. I can pull up the website, the actual A-Spec site quickly. I can't find it quickly. I know it's on Discord though, so let's see. They their website that I posted in the link in the last one has a link to everything you'll need. So I need to do the Grand Valley 300-kilometer endurance. That's a race that I really hate. I don't know how long that race will take because I'm tempted to go ahead and do it. Because if I can get the specific F1 car that I'm looking at, that'd be awesome. I'm gonna look up a video how long that race typically lasts. Because if it's like any longer than like an hour, probably won't do it. I'm trying to stick to like the 1 hour long stuff. Let's see here. Yeah, it looks like it takes about 2 hours. Not really keen on that lengthy of a race right now. What are the other F1 cars? Like, what's one of the shorter races from here? Would it be maybe the Benetton? The Benetton is from 2 hour. Okay, so definitely not. I highly doubt the BMWs. Let's see. Sorry guys, I'm scrolling through trying to find. Ooh, the Caddy would be kind of cool. That's Laguna 200. It'd probably be another 2 hour race. The 399. Nope, won't get that one yet either. Nope, that one I can't get yet. The J-Lock Diablo. Trying to find more like an F1 car that's not going to take us hours to get. This one. Okay, one of them is just available at a Ford dealership. I'm going to highly doubt I have the money for it. Okay, can't get that one. Not this one. Looking at 200. Alright, looks like in terms of the F1 car, the only options are like the 2 hour long races. So maybe we won't be doing that today. I know I typically try to keep these streams at the 2 hour mark, but maybe not tonight, keeping it that long. So maybe we'll just continue on what we've been doing, honestly. I mean, no point in really just sitting here dwelling on that. So let's go ahead and try out the Chaparral 2D. I think that's kind of what I wanted to do today. Let's see here. We'll see what she does. I think the added arrow over the Caterham will really help this thing out. Because obviously the Caterham is limited in terms of aerodynamics. So this might be a car that we'll get some good use out of during this one. One thing I do want to see real fast is upgrades. What we can do here. Because I'm going to doubt anything too crazy. But I'm just curious. Nope, no turbo kits here. I'm sure there'll be an NA tuning kit for this car. Really? No? Okay. Well, shoot. Did not expect that. This thing appears to be topped out from the get-go. There's nothing to do to it. That's unfortunate. check the exhaust just for fun. Does not look like... Yeah, this thing's pretty much topped from the get-go. So maybe it will not be the best choice here. The caterer might just solo it. It's already got every tire available. Okay, so quite literally there's nothing I can do to this car. So anyway, I guess let's just get racing. No point in just lagging around. So in terms of special events, we still have a lot to do. Looks like we can enter a couple races with this thing. So, see, the mid-engine challenge, there's a very specific car I have in mind for it. So I don't really want to utilize it for that. Can we do some of the national events yet? So now we need to clear these for the world title. So we can do, let's do this middle Laguna Seca. Let's go ahead and get started on the U.S. Nationals events and kind of work our way up. So we're going to go super soft. Or all the grit. Let's see what this thing can do. It'll be really cool. It may be already in here. I haven't really looked too extensively at the car list because I've been trying not to spoil this stuff. But the Toyota 7. Is it Toyota 7 or Toyota 70? Holy cow, the gearing is very odd with the 2B. And we're off. Okay. Handling is pretty good, other than just a tad of understeer there, but at least I'm going to be spending a lot of this race in first gear. Over 100 miles an hour in first gear. We're punching above our weight for sure, though. This is a raw speed. Oh my gosh, we just ruined him. Oh my goodness. 4 laps here in Laguna, though. It's crazy. A little bit off-roading. Still crazy. Over 100 miles an hour in first gear. Obviously, the Vector's going to just out-torque us. Looks like we have a battle in our hands here with this thing. Oh, come on. There we go. Can we do this flat out? Oh, the better line, yeah. Better line now, I could easily do that flat. Oh my goodness, that was a very shoddy line. Hard on the brakes, lost a lot of momentum there though. This gearing is so funky with this thing. I don't know if this is like the real gearing, but over 100 miles an hour at first, and the fog, like it's ridiculously bad. See, like I'm not even able to make up that ground there to catch the Vector after it went off there. Not really going in the dirt really makes you lose a lot of speed in this game. On the inside. Let's see, better line. There it is. Yep, flat out all day long. Hard on the brakes in the first gear. Gonna keep the revs high, which is not helping me out very well. I'm trying to combat the gearing, and it's just making me go way too fast in the corners. That vector is bearing down on me. Well, I guess it's not the vector after all. Ugh. A little bit understeer. That gearing is really screwing me up, though. I need a lot more power. Yeah, I'm spending the majority of this race in first gear. I don't know. Maybe that's the realistic gearing for the 2D in real life, but definitely not a fan of it. I may wind up switching back to the Caterham after this, because the gearing in this thing is really throwing me for a loop. Final corner. Well, I went off a little bit, but I think we've got enough of the lead. It's not going to matter. Yeah, she's a little rough around the edges, but not a bad car. It's definitely not the best gearing. It is really good in corners, though. It is really good in corners. It's just that gearing just really kills me. All right. Let's see. I'm sure we'll get a prize card for this. Let's just see what we got. Ah, shoot. Do not want to watch the replay. I accidentally just, whoops. Oops. All right. Let's go see what we got. Yeah, first is way too long. Let's see. What's our prize card going to be? We got the Chevrolet Serve 3, which was the car you guys might have saw at the end catching us here. I think this, judging by the badge in the front, makes me think this was like one of those weird mid-engine Corvette concept cars back in the day. This, I believe, is a add-in from A-Spec. Like the dev team put this car in, I believe. I don't know enough about this thing to say with certainty that that's the case, but we have it now. Dual rear cam V8, 657 horsepower with all-wheel drive. Pretty good specs. What's the weight? I didn't get a good look at that. 3,300 pounds. Not too bad. It's not too heavy, not too crazy. Definitely a solid car. Let's see. We're gonna go right back to the Caterham just because it just drives better. I mean, not that the Caterham's any less weird in terms of torque, because it doesn't have any, but the Quattro is just, man, a little bit more power. That thing would be unstoppable. I love that car, though, as a VW Audi fan. Let's see. All right, let's bump out of here. I think we can easily do that last race, as long as we don't get crowded with, like, GT40s and stuff like that. So we'll go try it out. We'll just see what happens. This is also at Laguna. All three of these are at Laguna. This was before they considered Trial Mountain American track. So we should have a little bit of an easier time with this car. It's technically faster. Makes less power, but it's so much lighter. But we've got a grid of race cars, so I'm gonna highly doubt we pull this one off. If they get too far ahead, I'll just back out. We'll try something else. Little limiter with this car helps out. They're running away from me in the straights, but it's okay. We should have no problem catching in the corners. This thing handles so good. I just need maybe a better race car. Like, this thing is fine, but it just doesn't have a ton of grunt in the straights. Like, it handles great, and it's super light on its feet, obviously. I mean, it weighs 900 pounds. But where I need the help is the horsepower, is the straight line speed department and the aero department. This thing just lacks that. It does not have the best aero in the world. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to make up any positions on this one. We'll need something a little bit better. I do want to see, because I know they added back in the Taurus stock car, how much that would cost. Because I'm saving up for the F40. Show my hand a little bit, but you know, is it South City that U.S. American cars are in? I think it would probably be under special, but I just want to look. Oh wait, has this always been in the game? I don't think this was. This was like my dream truck when I was a little bit younger. I wanted one of these so bad. Even though the one I did ride in was very underwhelming. Like, these things stock are pretty underwhelming, but they're so cool. I think the stock car would be cool, but I don't also, at the same time. So we got the Focus Rally car. We got the GT40. Golly, was that $4 million for the GT40? Oh, $4 million for the Minority F1 car. Which would be kind of cool, but yikes, it's expensive. Okay, so $2 million for the stock car. Yeah, we're definitely not getting that anytime soon. But what's this 500,000 credit card? The oh, shoot, wrong button. Yeah, we'll get started back here. Let's see. I'm trying to think. I think we're not too terribly far away from getting the F40, and I think that alone will be kind of a game changer because we'll be able to dump so much power. I'm a Porsche guy through and through. As much as I want to run a roof again, they have a limit, and I'm pretty sure the F40 will be able to surpass it. So we're not too far away from it. If I sold that Lamborghini Cala, we'd be able to buy it and then some. Probably fully build it. See, oh, they only have the 20355, so you don't even get the Ferrari F1 car in the dealership. I think I am gonna wind up selling the Lamborghini. I talked to the head dev of this game, and he was like, "No, I think you should keep it," but I don't have a use for it. And I don't really even find it all that attractive, and it's worth 500 grand on its own. And I'm sure I could go get another one. I think I got this from the Supercar Festival. Because that's what I love about this game, is you can kind of farm the prize cars. So I'm going to sell it. If I really want it, I can go back and win that race again later. But I'm more interested in getting the F40. I think that's just going to be the car to have here. And I think it does have a racing modified variant, if I had to guess. If not, it's cool. They've got a decent bit of aero. It's just one of my favorite cars ever. I talked about this in a recent one of these, but I got to see one of these in person, and it is definitely a Meet Your Heroes car. So, all right, we're gonna buy this. We should have more than enough money to just fully build the thing. So that's kind of what I'm gonna focus on for now. So I think I can get other mid-engine cars to fill the gap if I need to for some of these mid-engine races. Let's see. So mid-engine challenge, we can go up to 591 horsepower. We can only enter these two. So what I'm going to do is well, one thing, I'm going to put tires on. I just wanted to see. I couldn't remember the power off the top of my head, so I'm going to put tires on it for sure. We're going to go super soft tires. I'm not going to fully build it just yet because I think I want to finish the whole mid-engine series race. with the F40. So obviously I can't do the 345 horsepower race, so I have to find something a little bit different for that. But let's see. We'll go see if it has a racing mod, because that'd be really cool if it's like the F40 LM. I'm not going to be mad if it doesn't, but it would be pretty cool. Oh, you're not asking too much questions, man. I'm learning too. We're learning at the same time. All right. Let's see, do we get one? No racing modification for the F40. That's okay. I'm just gonna focus on all the little stuff around it. We're gonna do the weight reduction, obviously. Granted, the F40 is already very light, but I want to kind of get it super light. So let's see. Okay, we got that done. We're gonna do tires, obviously. I am sure this thing has turbo upgrades at the wazoo and it'll make a ton of power. Man, back when racing super softs were cheap, because you know in GT7, getting the racing softs is like 36 grand. And when you're in the early game, it's just not possible. Granted, that's kind of the point, but I think we'll rock the stock suspension for a little bit. I want to see though what. Golly, 775 horsepower, just a turbo upgrade. That's wild. I mean, you got a point. It is technically already a racing mod setup because, I mean, the F40 was so lightweight and so aggressive. So, yeah, I mean, in reality, it's already a race car. For fun. Let's see, for fun. I want to know what this thing would look like with TEs on it. Yeah, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not sacrilegious like that. Okay, we should be fine now. I want to see the specs, though, now with the weight reduction. How much she weighs. $469 horsepower, 2,500 pounds. That's fairly lightweight. Not as lightweight as the Caterham, but I think the power to weight will equal out, and the fact that it's got a little bit better aero. Never played those new GTs, but I grew up playing 125. I grew up with 3. That was kind of my game, and I played a lot of 5 and 6 specifically. I skipped over 4 by accident. But I love the later games as well. Like, I've played a lot of GT7 as well. Golden BBS is what they've done on this car, though. Alright. So we can do high-speed ring, and then we'll bump over to Red Rock Valley. We'll throw some power at this thing. And then we'll just go balls to the wall, full kill. Oops, I accidentally hit my keyboard when I did that. Hopefully that didn't mess up the stream. Okay, we're good. Alright. So I'm just going to try to modify this as we go, because obviously this car is going to turn into my killer car for a little bit. Until we get like some sort of really insane race car. I'm really looking forward to this, though. I've wanted one of these since I first saw it was in the game. This thing is so fast. It's exactly what I wanted. Oof, little skatey. The sound is good. It's not 100% accurate, but I can't really expect crazy accuracy on a PS1 level. Okay, it's going to take me some getting used to. I've gotten too used to the Caterham. But I've just been looking forward to driving this in here for a long time. The turbo sounds were excellent in GT2 and 3. Alright, entering lap 2 here. This thing is a rocket. We're just running away with this, and all I've done is weight reduction and tires. This isn't even really a track where those super softs will come into use. Alright, I think After this, we're gonna go with some full bolt-on type setup. We're gonna go and do a exhaust and air intake kind of deal. And just try to get up to about 500. And was it 591? I gotta work on my line through there. I'm so used to GT7's physics now. I've played so much of it lately. Some of you may know I participated in the World Series event, and drove for 300 miles or something like that, 400 miles the other day on a round for that. So, and that is a domination. Holy cow! The F40 just ran it 4-second gap. 7 second, all the way up to 9 seconds from the MR2 in last. Oh, why is there a Clio here? I forgot Clio V6 has been engined. Okay, so we're definitely going to add some extra goodies to this thing because it will be even better. I assume we're going to have a prize car. Yep, I figured. Probably going to be like the Clio. It's probably going to be the Clio V6, if I had to guess. Take a lucky guess. I'm going to back out to the garage. I want to see what it is. But my hunch is telling me Clio V6, which I'm not gonna be mad. So I really love the Clio V6. I already know that car is gonna be really hard to get once it's legal here in the US. Tom's TO20, okay. I think this was a vanilla car. I feel like I remember seeing this car. Yeah. Typically how I've learned if they are A-Spec add-ins or not is if they have a description. But I feel like I remember seeing this when I played through GT2 Plus. Yeah, the Clios I've been eyeing their Japanese twin, the Lutetia, and they are very expensive to import. So I'd imagine that might be a car that I probably will never own, but would be cool. I love them. But if I'm spending high levels of money on a car, it's going to be probably like a 930 turbo or something like that. Okay, so we're going to bump up some power on this thing. We're just going to do basic bolt-on type stuff. We're going to save the turbo upgrade for later after we do this, because we're going to need all that extra grunt. Probably later in the game. Just want to get up to about 590-ish. Probably won't need that much. I'm in the U.S. I'm in the southern U.S. Probably like, well, yeah, southern U.S. I'm in the sticks. In these sticks. I know the accent isn't really super strong. I've tried to suppress my very southern accent over the years. It does pop out from time to time, though. Sometimes I'll say words and I'm like, oh gosh, that sounded real southern to me. Okay, so we've done all we can in terms of bolt-ons to keep the turbo upgrade at bay, because I don't want to spend the money on the turbo upgrade without what's the word I'm looking for? It being necessary. I think honestly with just these parts we'll be fine. I think I'm gonna throw a clutch in, just a clutch. The stock transmission's fine right now. Okay, we should be good now. Just lighten rotational mass up, and we'll be fine. I think we'll come back for some of this other stuff, though. Obviously, the turbo upgrade, for sure. I want to see how much we can do sub 590. I know that once you crack the 600 mark, a lot of races will become inaccessible for this car. So I want to see... So GT 500 championship is 591 or less. Okay, so I need to keep the car around 590, at least for this stuff. We've already cracked GT 300. I mean, it came like that from the factory. Super Touring does have the limits as well at 394. GT All-Stars. Okay, we're good for GT All-Stars if we throw the turbo upgrade. Now, granted, I'm pretty sure I can take the turbo upgrade off. So I could get it, run it for All-Stars, and then come back for the GT 500 championship. But we're definitely going to need it for the Toon Turbo Cup. That is going to be a necessity to have all that power. But I'm pretty sure I can take it off. I don't think I'm like stuck, committed to it. But let's head to Red Rock Valley and see how she does. Let's see if I'm right on that. If I can... Okay, I can. Okay. Dang, stage 3 goes up to 900 horsepower now. That's crazy. That's going to be wild in that Toon Turbo Cup. We're going to need it, honestly, though. So let's see what we can do here. I got a bit of a grid here. So the Motorsport Elise on my right. Lots of spinning. Let it bang limiter a couple times. Get some lag. That is a yellow F40 up here with a Ford GT40 in ahead of it. See that? I'm guessing that's a Lamborghini Kala up front. Let's see. Did I make the right choice in selling the Kala for the F40? In my head, yes, but let's see if the game agrees. This is a track I feel like, I talked about this in the last stream as well. If they killed off a couple tracks on GT7 and brought back Red Rock Valley, I think Broadbean Raceway, for example, needs to go. And I think if they brought Red Rock Valley back, they'd get so much of their older fan base back. Because they butchered Grand Valley so bad in GT7. I can't stand it. I hate driving into Grand Valley. It's like my least favorite track in GT7. Which is saying something, because I don't like Broadbean either. Oh, kicked up the tail a little bit here. Yeah, I love driving these things in video games. I have an F40 and GT7 that I've gotten very familiar with. The transmission, I think, is only going to be needed for like that test course race at the Toon Turbo Cup. I think otherwise it's not going to be necessary. Because a lot of these tracks, like, will never see the top of fifth gear. Maybe, like, Special Stage Route 11 straight away. And test course. The only two tracks I can think of will actually see the top of fifth gear. The GT40 is giving us a run, though. We're still very ahead, but I think I'm going to buy a couple different turbo kits. I'm going to try to get the one that'll get us right at that 590 mark. Squeeze every little bit of power out of this thing. And then I'm going to get the 900 horsepower kit as well. Just so we can dominate the Toon Turbo Cup with it. Alright. 1.2 seconds between the Ford GT40 and us. Tighter finish than I would have liked. Dang, bookended the grid though, the F40s. That's sad. Oh, I've mentioned Special Stage Route 11. That's not even in this game. Forgot all about that. That they cut my track. I love Special Stage Route 11. It's like my favorite old GT track. Since they won't bring it back. I keep hoping that someone's going to eventually mod it into like a Seto or something like that. Because we all know they ain't going to bring it back. Watch me say that and they unveil the new update this week. It's coming back. I would flip. Alright, let's go ahead and we're going to throw a little bit more parts at the F40. And then go check our prize car. That's all we got. Alright, we're going to get two different turbos. I'm going to go ahead and get the intercooler. Because I keep forgetting. We definitely need this one. Probably will be a stage 1 turbo kit, I imagine, that would get us to that 590 mark. Or at least very close to it. Okay, so we can't do a turbo at all. Because if we do, we're cracking 700 plus in stage 1. We're going to go and buy the stage 3 turbos, though. That should be up to 929 horsepower. That's a lot of power. But that is about what we can do. I'm going to go and upgrade the brakes. I think I forgot to do that earlier. I did. How can I forget that? That's such a dumb thing to forget. And then obviously I think now we're gonna definitely need the drivetrain upgrades. We're gonna need the full customizable transmission. Man, this is such an expensive part in the new game too. I think it's like 20 grand for the full customizing transmission. And now it's 9 grand in this game. Man, Gran Turismo inflation is a real thing. Alright, so we've already got our clutch. We did that already. I did not mean to click that. And we just need the drive shaft, which doesn't need, I guess because it's a transaxle with this mid-engine. Duh. I'm going to leave the limited slip alone. I've barely gotten the hang of this in GT7. I'm not going to bother with this because I'm willing to bet it is not even remotely the same as GT7. Part of me is thinking about getting the traction control system on this car. Just because it's going to be so hard to drive. I'm going to do it. I've never bought traction control for any cars in this game. But for this one, I think I'm going to need it. I think it's going to be a little bit too slippy with all that power. So some of you are going to probably judge me. But I think this is one of those few times I'll actually need it. But 929 horsepower. We've topped this car out. Let's see what it looks like in terms of weight. Obviously, power to weight. I mean, this thing's going to be ridiculous. Oh, I see we got a GT40 race car. That's sick. 929 horsepower, 2,500 pounds. I think that more than cancels out the Caterham's advantage. So the GT40 race car, that's crazy. This early in the game is wild. I ain't mad though. It's a good car. I'm more than happy with it. Alright, let's go see what we can do with that Tune Turbo Cup race, because I know that is where we're going to be really seeing some crazy stuff. So, we got Special Stage Route 5, Deep Forest, and, of course, the infamous test course race. We're just going to jump straight to the Special Stage Route 5 race. So one thing I am going to definitely do is we're going to adjust the gearing a tiny bit. We're going to go for level 14 for now on the gearing. That's the aero settings. Okay, so this car does feature aero settings. So this is our traction control. I'm going to bump it up to 5 for now. Alright, let's see what she does. You know, I've never experienced what traction control is like in this game, so I don't know how it's going to go. If I'm going to hate it, or if it's going to be a freaking game changer, this thing. We're still spinning a good bit. Oh, we got a 6th gear now. Okay. I was like, dang, that gearing is really short. I think we're definitely going to need to widen the ratios out a little bit more for test course. Because the gearing is a little short. I don't need like the Chaparral's gear ratios or anything, but definitely more gearing than this. Yeah, this gearing is way too short. In fact, I'm almost a 6th on a little short straight is a little something. I love that it added a 6th gear though. It's a nice quality of life thing. Okay, I need to pay attention. Yeah, we definitely need gearing. We're topping out at like 188, and we've got more than enough power in this thing to go well into the 200s. We have to bump it up, maybe like level. I'm thinking like mid 20s, honestly, for gearing with this thing. I guess that's what the test run thing is for. See, yeah, I'm kind of glad I put the traction control because we would have definitely lost it right there. So I'm going to have to bump up both. I'm going to have to bump up the transmission and the traction control setting. This thing is so ridiculously fast, though. Let her eat a little bit on the straight here. Hard on the brakes. Alright, let's let her eat. I don't even think these get a 6th gear in GT7. Oh goodness gracious, I came way too hot. The man who hates Twitter is back. I also hate Twitter. I haven't posted on there in like years. A little bit understeer. This thing, the front end is a little bit heavy. Yeah, definitely for test course, we're going to need to add a lot of gearing. I don't know about traction control for test course, but definitely going to need it for deep forest. Because it's not interfering enough right now. I'm still sliding about. There we go. I wanted to ask if you plan on continuing your GT5 Master Mod series. Yes, I am going to pick that back up. The plan right now is for the retro videos, like GT3 and GT5, just because I want to be able to do more. And with the videos, I feel that once you pass 30 minutes, the videos just don't, the algorithm just doesn't help those videos out very much. So the plan is for either alongside A-Spec or once I finish A-Spec, bringing both that and the prize car series in GT3 back as live stream series, especially GT3, since I'm so late in the game now and all the major races left in the game are pretty long. I don't want to split up, for example, with Gran Turismo 3, splitting up the Vits race into like 5 different videos because those like the professional league event's going to be so long, and I need to do that for the Altezza. So that's the goal right now. Is they are coming back. They're just kind of on a hiatus, and I'm focusing the main video content on current gen games, and I'm going to move all the old school stuff to stream so that I can make it not only longer form, because obviously streams get more views and are more acceptably longer, but at the same time I want to be interactive. I want you guys to be able to be involved with my car choices, especially with like Gran Turismo 5, because I like making my own decisions, but also love advice. I mean it worked out for me really well in this game because that's where I got the Caterham. So yeah, they're not dead. I'm not giving up on those series. They are coming back. It's just right now my focus is on A-Spec for streams, and then we're gonna bump to more than likely GT5 first, honestly, because I ain't gonna lie, as much as I love GT3, it's my favorite in the series, it's just kind of gotten stale, and I've kind of gotten bored of the prize car challenge, but at the same time, it's like I want to finish it because I don't like the fact that I started it and didn't finish. But yeah, GT5 will probably be next, just because it's more of an open series for me. But yeah, that's the plan right now, is that probably once I finish A-Spec's main campaign, I'm going to kind of run the two simultaneous, because I do plan on 100%ing this. But I'm going to run GT5 streams, so that way they're more interactive, more longer form, because I don't know, I don't feel like I get enough of like content in these games within 30 minutes, So that's the plan right now, at least. They are coming back, though. They're not dead. All right. I am looking forward to it, though, because I love GT5. I love GT5. All right, let's see. We're gonna for this race we definitely need some gearing, so we're gonna go all the way up to like 22. It's gonna be really wide, and just because I'm gonna bump this up to about a 15 on the traction control. Let's do a test run. We'll just see what that kind of gearing gets us. Because if it's too tall, I'm gonna back it down. We're gonna need some speed, so that's why I was really wanting to raise the gearing on this thing. I almost think it needs more. Let's see what it tops out at first. All right, we're running 212. It would help if I didn't suck. Oh my goodness, we're bouncing around all over the place. Okay. So we are definitely struggling with some sort of suspension undulation. We got it up to almost 220 though. I think it might need a tiny bit more gearing though. Because we're bouncing around a lot and it's really unsettling the car. We're running about 230. We should be fine. I think 230 should be more than enough speed. Holy cow. Oh, we're way good. 240 miles an hour. I think I am going to extend it just a tiny bit more because we did hit governor. I would like a little bit more out of it. I might as well just max it out. I think 25 is the max. So we'll just go ahead and max that out. All right, let's get this. Goodness, I'll get there. I'm loading. Let's get this underway. We got an Altezza. We've got something that's really flying up front. Let's see what it is. It's the Mines Evo. I think we got a lucky grid on this one. So I know with this race, you tend to see like the drag cars, the HKS drag cars. Oh yeah, 250 miles an hour. We're just screaming away here. I'm gonna let off. I'm gonna coast back down about 225-ish. Because I feel like going in this corner at 250 is just asking for it. I think it's like the fastest thing I've ever driven out here, because I don't even think the S4 or the roofs in Plus got this fast. 250 plus is crazy. Yeah, we immediately understeered up the top of the bank at 250, so we're still carrying over 220 in the bank is pretty good. This thing is scary. Trying to keep the car happy. I'm curious if they've changed the prize cars for this event specifically because it was infamously broken to grind this race over and over again. Man, the fact we're clearing a lap of this in 50 seconds or so is crazy. I mean, that's like quick. The last car Enzo gave us approval on. Yes, sir. By far my favorite Ferrari, too. I love the F40. Yeah, we're running away with this one. I think obviously if we had the drag cars on this, we would have been a little bit more screwed. But this thing is, I think honestly we had a good shot at this one anyway, even with the drag cars. Even though we're hopping around like crazy. I've never had to max out a car's gearing though, so until now. And across the line, 50 seconds. That's really fast for considering how long test course actually is. Which I think it was longer in GT3, mileage-wise. I'm not going to wait. I was going to wait and see what the gap was, but I knew it was bad. 50 G's. Let's see what we got. Prize car wise, we did get one. I'm gonna save. It's been a minute. I need to keep up with the saves. Plus, the F40 looks really good, in my opinion, since it's so simple. It is. It's a nice car. Like, the design isn't... I mean, it was extraordinary for the era, but nowadays it's such a simple yet elegant design, and that's what I love about it. We got the Drag GTR. Okay, so I know this is a vanilla one because I've gotten this one before. 250K for it. I'm probably never going to use this thing because, I mean, obviously the Ferrari would just outrun it on test course, so we're just going to sell it. When did we get the 400R? I don't remember seeing that. Did I do a different race and just forget to check? I think I did. That's cool. I like the red. I think red's one of the few colors I haven't gotten playing through like this and like GT3 and stuff. I think the one in GT3 I have right now is black. All right, we got one more race in the Toon Turbo Cup, and then it's probably about time for me to wrap this one up for now. I didn't want to do a 2-hour-long stream tonight. I'm excited about Toyota copyrighting the GR Celica nameplate. I'm hoping to come out with something cool. I hope so too. I'm kind of hoping we're going to see a renaissance of these 90s era sports cars. You know, since it's obvious that the days are numbered for the combustion engine. Even though I could be wrong. I mean, a lot of companies are backing down on EV stuff, including VW and Audi, actually, which made me happy because I was really bummed out the Mark 8 was going to be the last GTI with a combustion engine. And it looks like the Mark 9 will continue the combustion engine heritage a little while longer, which makes me happy. But I'm willing to bet probably going to be a front-wheel drive 86, honestly. I feel like they're going to really go hard on the suspension tuning on it. They're going to really... I'm willing to bet it's going to have that 3-cylinder engine. I feel like it's really going to share a lot of its underpinnings with the GR Corolla and the 86 specifically. More so probably the GR Corolla. I feel like it's going to be like, I don't know, more... It's going to be a coupe, obviously. I hope they don't butcher it like the Integra. Alright, so we should be able to run away with this one. This is a pretty lackluster grid. Still have all the gearing and stuff from test course. Yeah, Mitsubishi has lost their way in such an awful manner. I mean, it looks like they're at least their QC's getting a little better, but than it was, because like the new Outlanders actually look pretty okay for, you know, standard grocery getter cars, but still not something I would buy. I mean, obviously Mitsubishi, we're not going to see something like the 3000 GT or unfortunately the Evo ever again. That was really rough. Or like the Galant VR4. That was kind of cool. Kind of an oddball. I'm not like the biggest Galant VR4 fanboy, but they are neat. Oh gosh, are we about to... Yep, we S4'd it. Oh, okay. The grass caught me out bad there. Okay, we got some work to do. Should be no problem, but let's test out the aero. Okay, definitely can't take that flat out. It understeered really bad. I think I braked way too late. I expected it to slow down way easier. Okay, this is not going well. I trusted those brakes a little bit too much, I guess. It's got a lot of understeer, honestly, which is kind of interesting. I figured this thing would be snappy, super oversteery. I'm sure there's some suspension tweaks I can do to fix that, but it's real understeery. Probably suspension tweaks in the diff. Even though I really don't want to mess with the diff. Okay, we've got it now. We're going to reel these guys in here. It's still messing with me not having the hairpin here now. I've gotten so used to the hairpin. Okay, even apparently hitting the brakes does nothing. These 57s preserving the Evos with the exception of 1, 2, and 7. The 7 is always fighting with the 6 is like my favorite Evo. I love the 6. I think that's like my favorite, but or is it the 5? Whichever one has the what the heck was that? Why am I this game is determined to make me lose it tonight. The car just took air and spun itself out that time. Okay, we're just going to restart this. There's no point at this point. A little irritating. Alright, we're going to tweak. We're going to do some tweaks because we're going to need spring rate. Why is the front so much more stiff than the rear? It's really weird. So I want to bump up those stabilizers. So I'm going to bump up the rear. I'm going to try to get a little bit more rear instability. Get a little more turn in. Because that understeer is awful. Alright. Well, lucky for you guys, this is extending the stream a little bit longer than I intended to, so. I was planning on shutting it down after this race anyway, so. Alright, no skill issues, no. Let's hope the game doesn't kill me. Okay, a lot more turn in. A little more rotation on throttle, which is exactly what I wanted, so. Only now it's ungluing the rear under braking, so I might need to buy the brake balance controller now as well. Still a lot of low speed understeer though. That might be a diff thing. That might be something I have to buy the diff to fix. Okay, yeah, see, the understeer is borderline S4 bad right now. There we go. Okay. I like that I put traction control in the car, and it's really not helping me all that much. We'll try to keep it from doing that. Okay. Still understeering all over the place. bit better race so far, but that was a terrible spot to enter turn 1. It's really hard to do throttle control in this game since, you know, it doesn't use the triggers as throttle and brake, and obviously being a PS1 game, I would highly doubt it would use any of the analog features. I don't even think the PS1 had pressure sensitive buttons that the PS2 did. So throttle modulation is borderline impossible without just feathering the throttle over and over again. So I'm either 100% on it or I'm 100% off of it. There's no way to modulate and control all this power. There we go, much better. We were actually able to win this time. 111, that's a pretty quick lap. So the AI can't even drive the thing. I got a soft spot for the Evo 10 before I got my wife her Challenger. Went to a dealer, tried to get the Evo 10. They wouldn't sell to me because I was making them honor their internet price. They were wanting 10K more than what they showed online. I love that when dealers do that scummy stuff. That's ridiculous. That is so ridiculous. Alright, we got a prize car. I'm going to go ahead and save because I don't plan on doing any other races after this. I think we're about done for the night. Let's see what our final prize car is of the day. Once it finishes saving. I usually do these 2 hours, but I have to get ready for work tomorrow, and so I wanted to spend a little bit of time just relaxing and like watching YouTube and stuff. So that's the only reason why I'm not continuing on until 10 o'clock. So yeah, just that's the only reason I'm not going through it. But we did finish up that cup. That's a good one to finish up. So I think definitely we're going to be tiling this car back pretty soon. Let's see what our prize car is. We got another HKS Drag GTR. Okay, so another 250K in the bank. It's crazy. We've got 2 of them back to back. So I'm going to go save again now that I did that. But I'm going to wrap this one up here. I want to thank you guys for tuning in and hanging out. It was really fun. I had a good time. We're definitely going to do another one of these hopefully pretty soon. I know it's been like 2 weeks almost since the last one. I'm going to see what my schedule looks like this week. Because obviously with work, you know, being back at work this week, because I had a week off, is going to be difficult to do one of these. But I'm going to try. But for now, I'm going to thank you guys. I will see you guys later.